Ah, Christmas. Easily my favorite time of the year. The feeling of the nippy air on your cheeks, the amplified coziness of the indoors, the bright and colorful decorations, the holiday music, the extra supply of hot cocoa, being closer to your family and friends, and of course, the Christmas specials all come together to create a truly magical time of the year. MLP's Christmas specials are no exception, as each of them really capture different angles of the holidays through various stories, yet keep that warm, fuzzy atmosphere. And after their first Christmas episode with Hearthwarming Eve in Season 2, it would take until Season 5 for the writers to revisit the holiday in the show, and it was definitely worth the wait. If I could describe Hearthbreakers in one word, it would be sweet. Just from Applejack and Pinky going on about their families sharing and hearthwarming together, and even that opening scene where Spike is standing on Twilight's back, reaching for a present and she levitates it over to him, the entire episode just had a sweet atmosphere around it that stayed consistent, yet it never went too far that it became a sickly sweet or sappy episode. Those little moments during the scavenger hunt between members of the Apple and Pie families where they learn more about each other really are what I think of when I come back to this episode. Not only do they help expand Pinky's family a bit, but they really are both funny and a little heartwarming. Come on, Granny Smith asking Ma and Pa Pie if the choosing stone, or is it the pairing stone? Seriously, even the episode doesn't know. Knows any apple farming hunks always cracks me up. And yes, the short moments between Marble Pie and Big Mac were sweet too, but again, it was never drugged too far. Speaking of the rest of Pinky's family, we've already gotten glimpses of them in the Cutie Mark Chronicles, and we've had a mod episode by this point in the series, but Hearthbreakers really made most of the opportunity to explore the Pie Bunch. I don't really know why, but I loved how Igneous Rock and Cloudy Quartz were portrayed as Amish-type characters and spoke in a very old-timey manner. Granny Smith's reaction to their way of speaking, I'll get to later. As for the rest of Pinky's siblings, Limestone was just glorious. I just loved how abrasive, hard-nosed, in-your-face, and uptight she was about being the one who keeps the rock farm running, and of course, keeping off Holder's boulder. If done wrong, a character like her who has the attitude of I'll beat your butt if you step a hoof out of line can come off as annoying and one-dimensional, but the writers got Limestone down beautifully. Underneath that hard-as-rock exterior is a pony who would do anything to keep her family's farm running and her family safe. Some people just show their love through more aggressive tendencies, and that's not a bad thing. As for Marble Pie, she was just adorable. I also found it interesting that she was a combination of Big Mac and Fluttershy in a shy but also quiet kind of way, and that she was actually Pinky's twin sister. I found her interesting because although she and Pinky are twins, Marble is Pinky's complete opposite. And what I like about that is it defeats that stereotype that twins are exactly alike, and that's just something I have to give the writers credit for. As for the story, this honestly was a clever route to take for the show's second Hearthwarming episode. Truthfully, I never really thought of this idea for a holiday story, but teaching others to respect someone's holiday traditions when they're different, or in this case vastly different, than yours is one of the most valuable lessons the show has taught. It can be a little jarring or even sometimes uncomfortable when someone celebrates a holiday in a contrasting way than you do, but you shouldn't try to force your ways onto others unless they're interested in your celebratory activities. I'm sure Applejack wouldn't like it if, say, Limestone tried to force her traditions onto Applejack's family at Sweet Apple Acres. However, I am glad that the writers had Applejack's intentions be pure and not outright yelling at the Pie family or telling them their hearthwarming sucks. Having her good intentions backfire like they did made her much more sympathetic and understanding that she wanted the two families to enjoy hearthwarming together, and that she was just overeager to celebrate the way she's always remembered. And all throughout the episode, I liked how she didn't actually question Pinky's methods, but she was just simply puzzled about them. Nonetheless, it was good for AJ to learn to take a back seat and learn about different methods of commemorating the holidays, because it shows your friends that you respect them, one of their traditions may rub off on you, and you can possibly create new ones between you and your friends. Just like what I love about Christmas, it's a time of both forgiveness and being together with friends and family. What else did I like about the episode? Well, I was blown away by how natural the story flowed together and how it took time to build up the conflict until the climax. It would have been so easy to have Applejack pull her stunt right after the apples and Pinky arrive at the farm, and then she spends the rest of the episode trying to atone for it. But the way they did it, having Applejack's uneasiness build up over time, not only helped develop Pinky's parents, Limestone and Marble, but it also gave us the opportunity to understand and sympathize with Applejack's feelings by showing just how differently she felt. We knew where she was coming from, and that all she wanted was her and Pinky's families to enjoy the holiday together, which made that scene in the mine of her and Pinky crying a little heartbreaking. The pacing, plot, and new characters weren't the only things that were great about the episode though. The jokes were hilarious. While I thought it was sweet in an adorable way how Spike reached for the present whilst on Twilight's back, his reaction to getting a book was just gold. Twilight's cheesy grin made it even funnier. And as for Granny's interactions with Cloudy Quartz and Igneous, they're among my favorite Granny Smith moments of all time, with the scene where they swap their ways of speaking being the funniest one in the episode. Just hearing Igneous talk like an apple would be a good enough Christmas present for me. And Maud's monotone warning to Applejack about putting the flagpole on a fault line, followed by Holder's boulder rolling down into the quarry, was amazing. No other character could have made a disastrous moment like that funnier. Using Maud's emotionless voice really was the rock in the soup for that joke. However, my favorite joke of the entire episode had to be on the train where Applejack uses the sweets to give a visual representation of Hearthwarming Eve, and the cheapness of the animation was pretty charming, but when Pinky takes a huge bite out of the gingerbread flag, I had to rewind the episode the first time around because I was laughing too hard to pay attention. So, what more can I say? Hearthbreakers isn't just my favorite Christmas episode of MLP, it's my favorite holiday-themed episode of MLP. It had a really clever plot, a great lesson that anyone celebrating any holiday in December can use, a sweet atmosphere all around the episode, hilarious moments, amazing pacing, and just like its predecessor, went above and beyond in capturing that warmness of the holidays. Hearthbreakers is, without a doubt, a green flag episode, one of my favorite AJ episodes, and with Christmas coming up soon, I can't wait to watch the entire Hearthwarming trilogy. Plus, now that December is here, I hope everyone has a safe and happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, and Merry Christmas. Be on the lookout for more Christmas-themed videos from me this December. I'm MrLeftTurn. I'll see you when I get back from the track.